This is what they say. They say the silent part out loud. When you give leftist, Marxist douchebags way too much power, this is what they say. They say the silent part out loud. Because they know full well that the media isn't going to call them out on this. Because if anybody else would say this, this would be insane. You would ignore them, or you would demean them. You would just, no way. You can't be this stupid or this authoritarian. Oh, well, this is the left we're talking about. Of course they can be authoritarian. Former Planned Parenthood president, Dr. Lena Wen, she's a CNN analyst, urges the potato administration to tie vaccinations to Americans' freedoms. Give the left enough time, they will say the silent part out loud. If everything is reopened, what's the carrot going to be? Really? So we're going to tie freedoms into the stick and carrot? Why? You see, just like Cass Sunstein always said, with libertarian paternalism, basically, you just say, hey, you guys should do this. We're not going to tell you to do this. And then, of course, when people don't do what they want to do, then they go to the carrot. Well, you guys, look, you don't know what's best for you. So let me hand this out. Just do this. You have to do this, and you can get this, the carrot. Okay? Then if they don't do that, which invariably they won't, then you bring out the stick. You start whacking people in the head. You will do this, you will comply, or else. This is where we're at. This piece of human garbage right here, Dr. Lena Wen, is trying to tie in freedoms that we all enjoy in this country to the vaccinations. Why? Why is it so hard for you to just let us be? Because you can't do that. You can't let people out there just be free, Dr. Lena Wen, because you enjoy power over people. Now, I don't know what you're going to say. Well, you just don't know what's best for you. No, go to hell. You see, the vaccinations thing, if you want to do it, do it. Consult your doctor. Go through the evidence out there and choose whether you should do it or not. I don't hold anyone accountable, or I look down on them if they do or don't take it. That's a personal choice. And I always thought that Planned Parenthood was a personal choice until it's not a personal choice. So this piece of human garbage warned the Biden administration it has a very narrow window for inoculating as many people as possible to the coof as states begin lifting the virus restrictions, urging messaging should tie vaccinations to Americans' freedoms. The former Planned Parenthood joined CNN host Chris Cuomo during a March 10th interview and emphasized the importance of making it clear to anyone apprehensive about taking the vaccine that the vaccine is a ticket to pre-pandemic life. Oh, good. So you're trying to say here now is that if you want to go back to normal, well, basically, the government has to give you an A-OK for it, a thumbs up. But if you don't take the vaccine, and if they tie it into the freedoms that are already guaranteed in the Constitution, then I don't know. The stick will come out? Basically, she says this. The window to do what is really narrowing. You were mentioning, Chris, about how all these states are reopening. They're reopening at 100%, and we have a very narrow window to tie reopening policy to vaccination status. She explained further. Because otherwise, if everything is reopened, then what's the carrot going to be? Why does there need to be a frickin' carrot? How are we going to incentivize? Oh, incentivize means money. Or incentivize me not beating you over the head with a stick. People to actually get the vaccine. So that's why I think the CDC and the potato administration needs to come out a lot bolder and say, if you are vaccinated, you can do all these things. Oh, so you're not going to abuse this thing, are you, Dr. Lena Wen? No. You would never abuse that going further going farther, continuing on here, you would never abuse this and say, well, the Coof vaccine worked, so let's tie it into, say, I don't know, getting other vaccinations, or getting some sort of education online, being forced to do something that the government thinks that you should do, and tie it into freedoms, which is completely against the Constitution. But hey, why stop there, right? The Constitution is just a pesky document of negative freedoms. We'll turn it into positive freedoms, meaning this is what the government has to do on your behalf. Because otherwise, people are going to go out and enjoy these freedoms anyways. Oh, okay. When at it, I fear a situation coming into the fall where we never reach herd immunity, and then we get hit by the next surge of the Coof, something that we could have prevented if we just got people vaccinated now. Oh, how are you going to do that, Dr. Dr. Lena Wen? Are you going to go out there and have your goon squads, your stormtroopers out there with nightsticks and bats and beat people over the head to make sure that you force people to get vaccinated? That seems a little, Marxist, if you will, but Planned Parenthood is a Marxist organization. Our government under the potato is a Marxist government, if you will. They're going to force you to do something against your will if you don't want to do it. That's pretty draconian to me, but why stop there? Because you are a leftist douche canoe. The potato administration has faced criticism from both left and right for providing little incentive to those who are apprehensive about taking the Coof vaccines to do so. In February, conservative co-host of The View, Meghan McCain, called for the replacement of Dr. Fauci over his refusal to say that elderly Americans would be able to see their grandchildren in accordance with government guidance. Government guidance. When has ever government guidance in the world history gone from guidance to mandate to you will or else? Pretty quick. Following her own criticism for the former President Donald Trump for his handling of the crisis, McCain wanted to say, we're in the potato administration. I, for one, would like to see something to look forward to and hope for. Because if getting the vaccine means that just nothing changes, then we have to wait for another few years until everyone gets it. There's already people not getting it. We're already having a messaging problem getting people to take this vaccine. This week, CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said that she is scared and fears impending doom over rising numbers of Coof cases. Cases, not deaths. Imagine that. Spiking in some states, but stressed that data suggests that vaccinated people do not carry the virus. Walensky urged the public to just hold on a little longer, get vaccinated when you can, so all those people that we love and still be here when this pandemic ends. Now, I don't think, honestly, that these authoritarians want this pandemic to end. They enjoy the power over the people. They enjoy the emergency powers that they have over you and I. So what is this? Let's conclude this. They're trying to tie, or they're saying the silent part out loud. She's saying we should tie vaccinations with freedoms. What's the carrot? Well, what comes after the carrot? The stick. They want to use the stick on you. Oh, believe you and me. They want to use the stick. They want to beat you to death. Maybe metaphorically, maybe shame you into do it. But like I said, Cass Sunstein, in his libertarian paternalism, in his book Nudge, shows you their pathway, saying the silent part out loud. They would much rather use the carrot at first because the stick becomes sort of problematic later on. Because once everything is over, they don't give the stick up. Just like any power that you have, you give back to the government, they'll never give back to you. So going forward, if you want to take the vaccination, do it. If you don't, well, that's on you. But you should never be forced to do something that you don't want to do, especially when the government is holding the carrot in one hand and the stick in the other.